Right, let's talk about fighter jets. You've got your big, shouty American ones that cost more than a small country's entire economy. You've got your complicated European ones that need a team of geniuses just to get the engine started. And then, you have something else, something from Sweden. A country famous for sensible cars, minimalist furniture, and a frankly alarming love of fermented fish. I am, of course, talking about the Saab Gripen. It's a fighter jet that seems to have been designed by the same people who think building your own bookcase with a tiny Allen key is a fun way to spend a Saturday afternoon. Simple, effective, and surprisingly brilliant. The Gripen, which means the Griffin in Swedish, is a proper bit of kit. It's a lightweight, single-engine, multi-role fighter, which is a fancy way of saying it can do pretty much anything you ask of it without complaining. It can dogfight with the best of them, it can drop bombs with pinpoint accuracy, and it can spy on things from a great height. It's the Swiss Army knife of the skies, born from a country that famously doesn't go around starting fights but absolutely wants to be ready to finish one. Saab, the company behind it, decided to build a jet that was smart, nimble, and didn't require a national lottery win to operate. When you look at the Gripen, it doesn't scream, "I am a weapon of terrifying destruction" in the way an F-22 Raptor does. It's smaller, more compact, almost understated. It's the sort of jet that would apologize if it cut you off in traffic. But don't let its polite appearance fool you. Underneath that calm Scandinavian exterior is a machine built for brutal efficiency. The Swedes designed it to operate in the harshest conditions, from icy runways in the middle of nowhere to makeshift landing strips on a public motorway. It's a jet built for survival, for practicality, and for giving any potential adversary a very, very bad day indeed. This brilliant machine first took to the skies in the late 1980s, a product of Sweden's fierce desire for independence. They didn't want to rely on the Americans or the Russians for their air defense. They wanted to build their own. The result was a fighter jet perfectly tailored to their needs. A defender that could be scrambled in minutes, maintained by a handful of conscripts with basic training, and rearmed and refueled faster than you can assemble an IKEA wardrobe. This philosophy of simple, robust engineering is what makes the Gripen not just a great fighter but a truly fascinating piece of design. It's an underdog, and as we all know, everyone loves an underdog. So what makes this Swedish wonder so special? Well, for a start, it's clever, incredibly clever. While other jets are packed with so much complicated technology that they practically need their own IT support department, the Gripen is designed around a principle of just enough. It has state-of-the-art radar, a sensor system that can see everything without being seen, and a data link that lets a whole squadron of Gripens share information, like teenagers sharing gossip on their phones. This means one Gripen can spot a target and another miles away and flying with its own radar off can launch a missile to take it out. It's genius and frankly a bit sneaky. Then there's the cost. Now, no fighter jet is cheap. They all cost a staggering amount of money. But in the world of high-performance military aircraft, the Gripen is an absolute bargain. Running a Gripen for an hour costs about the same as a nice family car. Running some of its rivals for an hour costs the same as a very, very nice house in London. This low operating cost is a massive selling point. Air forces don't just have to buy the plane, they have to fly it, fix it, and fuel it for decades. The Gripen allows countries to have a top-tier air force without having to sell off all their national monuments to pay for it. Its design is also a masterpiece of versatility. The Swedes knew they might not have pristine 1,000-mile-long runways available in a conflict. So they designed the Gripen to take off and land on short 800-meter stretches of ordinary road. Think about that. A supersonic jet landing on the same kind of tarmac you use for your daily commute. It can be refueled, rearmed, and sent back into the air by a small team in under 10 minutes. This ability to operate from anywhere, with minimal support, makes it incredibly difficult for an enemy to pin down. It's like trying to catch smoke with your bare hands. And let's not forget the engine. The Gripen uses a single Volvo Aero engine, which is basically a modified version of the engine you'd find in an American FA-18 Hornet. Using a proven, reliable engine means it's easier and cheaper to maintain. Saab didn't try to reinvent the wheel, or in this case, the jet engine. They took something that worked brilliantly and integrated it into their own smarter airframe. This combination of off-the-shelf reliability with cutting-edge Swedish electronics and aerodynamic design is the secret sauce. It's not about having the biggest muscles, it's about having the sharpest brain. Now for a story. Every great machine needs a great story, a moment where it punches above its weight and leaves everyone speechless. For the Gripen, one of those moments came during a series of war games against much larger, more powerful aircraft. In these exercises, jets are pitted against each other in mock combat to see who comes out on top. On one side you had jets that were bigger, faster, and more expensive. On the other, you had the plucky little Gripen, looking like it had been brought to a gunfight armed with a very sharp stick. The stage was set for a David versus Goliath showdown, and nobody was betting on David. The exercise began, and the larger, more powerful jets went on the hunt. They were using their immensely powerful radars to scan the skies, expecting to find the Gripens easily. But they found nothing. The sky was empty. The Gripen pilots, however, were using their clever data links and advanced electronic warfare systems to their full advantage. They were flying low, using the terrain for cover, and sharing sensor data without ever turning on their own radars. They could see the big jets perfectly, but the big jets were flying completely blind, deaf and dumb. The hunters had become the hunted. Suddenly, the pilots in the Goliath jets started getting alarms they never expected. Missile lock! Missile lock! Their screens lit up with warnings. Out of nowhere, the nimble Gripens had popped up, taken their shots in the simulation, and then vanished back into the electronic shadows before anyone knew what had hit them. It was a masterclass in smart tactics. The Gripen hadn't outmuscled its opponent, it had outthought it. It was like watching a heavyweight boxer getting completely dismantled by a martial arts master who never even got touched. The bigger jets were left circling in confusion, wondering where the attack had come from. This performance sent shockwaves through the military aviation community. It was a stunning demonstration that in modern air combat, brute force isn't everything. The Gripen proved that a smaller, smarter, and more networked fighter could be more lethal than a larger, more powerful one. It showed that superior situational awareness and clever tactics could overcome raw power. This wasn't just a win in a training exercise, it was a validation of the entire Swedish design philosophy. The little jet from Scandinavia had gone up against a giant and by being clever, had won, hands down. So, what does all this mean for the world? It means that many countries are now looking at the Gripen with enormous interest. For nations that don't have the bottomless budgets of a superpower but still need a credible air force, the Gripen is the perfect answer. Countries like Brazil, South Africa, the Czech Republic, Hungary and Thailand have all chosen the Gripen. They get a world-class fighter jet that is affordable to buy and, crucially, affordable to fly. It gives them the ability to defend their airspace without bankrupting their nation, which is a rather attractive proposition for any government. The Gripen represents a fundamental shift in military thinking. For decades, the trend was always towards bigger, faster, and more expensive fighters. The Gripen turned that logic on its head. It proved that smarter, more adaptable, and more affordable could be a winning formula. In a world where military budgets are always under scrutiny, the Gripen offers a sensible path forward. It provides what is often called bang for your buck, delivering an incredible amount of capability for a fraction of the cost of its main competitors. This makes it a powerful political and military tool for many middle-power countries. Its success matters because it promotes competition and innovation in the defense industry.